Hey, what up, world? Shiro Fujioka, aka Vulture Controller, back with another video. This is going to be a little bit change of pace for the channel, and first and foremost, this is my video of gratitude. I've been getting so much support from the viewers, from YouTube, to supporting the Patreon, supporting Bandcamp, audibleobjects.com, saywhatshirtsla.com, and yeah, buying sound packs, buying shirts, supporting my many vinyl projects. I just really appreciate the support that y'all been giving me. So like I always want to give back to the community and my viewers and the community that supports me. A large number of y'all are actually musicians as well, many of which I also follow your channels and leave comments and geek out over what you do as well, just like you come here. So it's really building a community. And one thing that I wanted to share, given that I'm a full-time musician, I've been a full-time musician for the better part of 10 years, going into my 11th year. And first and foremost, I always like to keep it transparent and be honest. I'm not gonna to lie and be like I live this lavish lifestyle and I'm popping bottles and pushing a Lamborghini truck and all that stuff. Like that's not my life, But I am a working musician. This is how I keep the lights on. And what I wanted to do to give back to my viewers, because y'all are musicians as well, in varying degrees, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, or you used to make music full time back in the day and went to the 9-to-5 world, and like now you want to kind of come back and liberate yourself from your job. I want to give tools to help all the creatives and the musicians at whatever stage you're at, to be able to supplement your income, or have a get out of your 9-to-5 job path, and or just be able to make a little extra change off of your hobby. We call it a jobby, half job, half hobby. And just share ideas and the different streams that I've created in order to be able to sustain myself full time off of making music. So yeah, this is going to be the segment where I like this video. I'm just going to kind of cover a lot of different topics that I'm going to go more in depth on in the future. So a lot of things that I've done to help me, first and foremost, as you start getting familiar with your instruments and you start designing or start developing your own sonic signature and getting your own sound, that's the telltale sign that you need to start compiling albums. And I would say that would be the first step for sharing your music with the world and sharing your uniqueness with the world, is to start compiling albums or release singles or something where you're sharing your music. Because energetically what that does, one, you're gonna send a ripple in the universe because you believe in yourself, and you have the confidence to be you outside of your room, outside of your studio, that only you knows, like you're starting to share that person with the world, so that's like the number one step to get out of that. I wonder if I'm good enough, or, like what makes me unique. Like once you really start gaining the confidence to share what you do, start compiling albums, start dropping singles, and just energetically that helps a lot. Off top, of course, streaming is not gonna make a lot of money, even for me. Like I have a pretty decent sized fan base, but still streaming doesn't make me enough money, to pay any substantial bills. I maybe could like drop money on a couple of meals a month, off of what I make off of streaming from, Spotify, Apple, Tidal, yada yada yada. Those fraction, that fraction of a penny, it doesn't add up so much at the end of the month. Just keeping it a buck with y'all. But then you can do things like having a band camp, and you can sell albums. Like all my stuff is just pay what you want. Like you can literally not pay anything and just give me an email address and get stuff for free. But a lot of people find value and want to help you any way they can. I've had people, even though they could pay what they want, I've had people give me $2, $0, $5. I've had people give me $300, for a download, which is a beautiful blessing. So it's good to have those kind of things out there to help sustain yourself. And also it's like a way that you can have a call and response with the universe and your fan base, to see that people really do value what you do and enjoy the music that you make. And you don't have to have, millions of listeners in order to have a great fan base. You could have if you had a solid 500, a solid 1,000 people that really support what you do, it will start looking, like the same kind of support you get from your part-time job, or a basic job, and as your fan base grows, and like you can really sustain yourself. If you have a fan base of 2,000 to 10,000, like you could have a pretty decent life. I'm not saying you're gonna be all lavish and having the house on the hill and a Porsche or whatever, but you could live a decent life and do what you love. And that gets me to the next point of success. Everybody's version of success is different. So like for me, the thing that I value more than anything, excuse me, is my time. Time to me is the most valuable commodity on the planet. So some people might be looking for $1 million. I'm like, I have, millions of minutes. So I'm a multimillionaire, already. I'm successful right now because I have a lot of time to do what I love doing, and still be able to keep the lights on and sustain myself. So, I feel that's a huge blessing, and I give thanks for that. And the way that I can give thanks is to show how you can do that as well, because there's plenty of room for individuals. If you're an individual, you're not stepping on anybody's toes. So I have nothing to hide and nothing to fear by helping you and sharing some of the steps and some of the methods that I use, in order to sustain myself. So first and foremost, as a working musician, you have to have multiple streams of income. So, with music, like I was saying, first and foremost, things like streaming is great. And then from there, you can do things like Bandcamp, where people can buy things at a more premium price. And you can also, incorporate things like merch, so you could have T-shirts on your Bandcamp. If you have the budget, you can do a cassette release, and the end all be all, you can release vinyl, which can also be sold at more of a premium. But these are all multiple streams just based off of an album, that you can help monetize and sustain yourself. So I'd like to go more in depth about the process of that, because I know there's people out there that don't know how to, set up, digital distribution, or, people that might want to design sound packs, which is another stream of income that I use. That's another thing that I'll cover, is a step-by-step tutorial on how to make the sound pack, but also, getting into things like, graphic design, launching a website, or some of the other alternatives they have if you don't want to, excuse me, launch your own website. There's even other alternatives to sell digital downloads, where you don't even have to have a site. I would like to make tutorial videos, specifically on a lot of the topics that I'm covering, kind of a blanket covering of these topics, in this video. As time progresses, I'm going to go more in depth and give you a step-by-step on, how to do these things. So, yeah, just wanted to drop in with y'all with that. And by all means, hit me up in the comments. If you have specific things you want me to cover, like, I plan on covering sync licensing, teaching people how to get their music in film, TV, and video games. I think that would be great for people, because that's been probably one of the most lucrative things that I've done with my music to date, is doing music for a video game. And I was also doing music for a travel show that's on the Travel Channel. And, really getting into that world, that's kind of like something I've been dabbling in off and on throughout the years, but I've really been focusing lately. So I want to share that part of my walk with you, parts of the things that I've been doing for the past few years that have been working, and also the things that haven't been working, because, that could potentially help other people walk in this path to not make the mistakes I made. Or even if it wasn't a mistake, maybe it's just something that didn't work for me, and you could see a totally different angle on how it could work for you. And, again, we can exchange these kind of ideas and grow as a community. So, that's why I want to be really transparent and share these ideas with y'all, how we can, be ourselves uncompromised, supplement our income, and project to the world who we are and have fun doing it. So thanks a lot for joining me with this video. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. I'm here to help y'all. And yeah, so let's get in the comments and, let me know if there's any specific things you want me to cover, and we'll start getting into it. All right, thanks a lot, y'all. Peace and love.